Welcome back, everybody. You are watching ESChamp. We're back with ProBots, Season 1 of 2020. This is Day 1. Again, you are watching the best channel on Twitch right now, ProBots on ESChamp. And we're joined here by somebody who actually knows something about bots. We've got the doctor with us. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Glad you asked. It's a wonderful day today.
It is indeed. Yeah, have you been watching any ProBot seasons before this?
I've seen some of them. I haven't seen absolutely every single episode, but I've definitely seen a few, and I am a big fan of the show.
Awesome. And you used to make bots too. You were just telling me. You used to actually. Do you still currently, or is that just a thing of the past?
I've been doing some research for bots. I'm trying to do a new technique. We haven't seen a lot of bots so far. Reinforcement learning. So
okay.
Where you learn from replays.
Mm-hmm.
If I get that working, there'll be a new bot on the ladder.
Ooh, very cool.
But until then, the bot I made Beyond Junior is going to be on a little bit of hiatus. So.
Oh, putting him to high standards there.
I mean, we'll see how he does. I'm gonna have to rename the bot because he might not live up to Beyond. So.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we do have a lot of good bots. 16 bots signed up. So thank you to everybody who submitted a bot. We have an awesome bracket. We're going to see every single bot play every round against that. We've got 2 groups as well. So 2 groups of 8. Oh yeah, and I've got to introduce myself. I am Andy Man, your host. I just figured you already know who I am. I've been here for a few seasons now. But if you're new, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. We do have a few ways you can help support ProBots. Of course, the first being !community in the chat. You can join our new forum and you can ask questions about bot making if you are interested in making a bot for yourself, maybe submitting it for our next season. We do 3 seasons a year. You can also type ! Join to become a Crown Club member, and you can get access to members-only rooms in the Discord with that, as well as behind-the-scenes content and badges on said forum. And you could also just become a Twitch subscriber. A nice little button up top there to subscribe and help out and make sure that we can keep bringing ProBots to you. Hopefully you've all enjoyed the previous seasons, and I'm really excited for this season. We just had an exciting end of the season a couple months ago. I got to go to Toronto. We saw Micro Machine just absolutely dominate, and of course he is back ready for more. Let's go ahead and can we take a look at our bracket here, or at our bots rather. Let's go ahead and take a look at our 16 submissions now. Are you familiar with any of these bots? Should I call you the doctor or just Doc? Can I
call me Doc?
Just call you Doc? All right.
Doctor, that's fine.
Doctor's fine. All right. Well, yeah, we've got a good
number of them.
Yeah, a lot. Group A is mostly seems new bots, a couple returning bots there, and then Group B is a lot of returning bots. Bots, of course, like Micro Machine, 3-Wheel Ever, Paul coming in for another season. Are we getting that up on the screen at all? Working on it. Okay, we'll take a look at that soon. But yeah, we've got a lot of games today, so we're going to do 8 matchups. We're going to be say that again. All right, so we're going to be doing game 1 soon. I'll be ready after game 1 to take a look at all our bots, so we'll discuss those a little bit more in depth here. But we are going to start things off with Spiny versus Tier. Tier, of course, a returning bot, and is currently 2nd on the AI Arena ladder right now against Spiny, who's 5th. So both up top there. Are you familiar with either of these two? Tier has been very active in the last few seasons, so you've probably seen a few of his games.
For sure. Spiny is a... gotta be sure to call him Spiny, not a Spinny.
Oh, did I say? What did I say? Spiny.
No, it's a reference to the AI.
Oh, okay.
We kept calling him the wrong thing. It was really amusing. But so Spiny won most creative strategy, the AI bot ladder.
Okay.
He has a really novel strategy where he moves across the map with spine crawlers.
Oh,
it doesn't do it every game, but it's very unusual.
Well, we've seen the weird things like that be very effective because, you know, these bots just sometimes don't know how to deal with a weird, cheesy scenario. You know, it's doing maybe a standard game, but sometimes a weird thing like a spine crawler rush can do really well. Well, I'm excited for this game then. Hopefully that's what we're going to see. And then Tier, of course, a very strong Protoss bot. What is Spiny? Zerg then? Yeah.
Spiny Zerg.
So we're going to have a Protoss versus Zerg to start things off here. And then, yeah, so Tier, just a very strong bot. We saw a lot of Tempest play out of Tier in the last season, did very well. So we're gonna have to see how well these bots can start dealing with those things like Tempest. We've already seen them deal with cloaked units. Last season was the first real season that we've seen that be dealt with appropriately. So a lot of big leaps and bounds in these bots.
For sure. Cloaked units were a nasty thing to deal with.
Oh, I bet.
As a bot author, because for the longest time they didn't actually tell you that cloaked units were there. You kind of had to figure it out based on, oh, I'm losing units and I don't know why. Recently they've actually given us a little more information, so you could be like, hey, there's a cloaked unit right there. I better deal with it. So it's a little easier, but I've been very impressed with the leaps and bounds we've seen in the bots, especially with dealing with cloaked units. So.
Awesome. Well, I think we're ready for game number 1 whenever our production is. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. Again, if you're just joining us, you can become a Crown Club member is the best way to support future seasons of ProBots. Type !join in the chat. And whenever you guys are ready, you tell us. We are ready. Hopefully, is everybody in chat ready? Who y'all rooting for? Turn up Doc's mic as well. There's been a request for a little bit more Doc in the house. Can we turn him up, please?
Yeah.
So how'd you get the nickname Doctor?
So when I was younger, and still am, everybody said I looked just like Matt Smith, the Doctor. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So ever since then, I've just, kind of rolled with it.
All right. Well, we're in game now. So welcome, Doctor, to Ephemeron. Welcome to your first cast of ProBots. It's great to have you here. So yeah, you're going to be able to hopefully tell us a little bit more about what these bots are doing. Actually, they're moving really slow right now. I think we're on slow speed. Just sped it up. Excellent. Things will be sped up to normal very soon. Oh, I got to catch back up live. We're trying some new stuff out as well to watch these games. So hopefully the lag will be a little bit less. If anybody remembers in previous seasons, we've had some trouble just staying in sync and being up to sync with the streamer and whoever's watching the game. And we're using YouTube now. So hopefully this works a little bit better. It's been pretty good so far. Nice viewing experience. Well, let's go and take a look at our bots. We've got in the bottom right our first new bot of the season. It is Spiny, our red Zerg.
Spiny's such a good bot. And I just turned up my audio, by the way, so let me know if it's
sounds pretty good to me.
Okay, cool.
There he is. And in the top left, we can't forget about our lovely blue Protoss here. We'll get a shot of him in a second here. He's scouting, very active with the scouting. So I'm curious if he's trying to see, a timing of something, and then maybe he'll choose his build after he sees like wings pop out or something like that. Very strong bot here. I've seen some fun things out of this one.
Sure, I believe Tier's one of the bots that actually does at least a little bit with what he sees.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite sure the exact details of what he decides to do, but he has a couple different strategies, a couple different builds. I think my favorite one's the Tempest, as we've brought up before.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to watch. I'm hoping he chooses it this game. Looks like he might not. Go for early robo. Tempest isn't exactly the most common to see. Like, you can't really build Tempest out of a robo facility, robo bay.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of robo play out of Tier as well. Let's see, click on the schedule. Yeah, I'm trying to find the bot info on all these for you guys, but it all just says untitled on my end. I can't click on, there's no bot names. Maybe production can solve that for me in the future. Anyway, so yeah, we've got a lot of Zealots coming out, so we're going to have a bit of a mess up, maybe just a big Zealot Immortal push, but Spiny already moving up to 3 bases. So a very macro-heavy Zerg by the looks of it. Now, do you know, is Spiny have just one build that it typically does, or does it have a handful of builds under its belt?
I remember seeing a few from it. I think the most novel one it has is the Spine Crawler push, but it's pretty well-rounded. I don't remember seeing any super glaring weaknesses. He was going for a third, right? Like, I think he may have canceled and reacted based on the information he saw. He's like, oh, you don't have a natural, maybe I should start building like some defense to hold off all these zealots, which is actually really impressive. It's pretty straightforward to ride a bot that is really good at one rush and one cheese. But if you want to ride a defensive bot, you gotta be good against everything.
Yeah,
you know? You can't just you kind of gotta anticipate everything. It looks like he might be prepared for this push.
Yeah, and if it doesn't go well for Tyr, we've seen Tyr not do so well. Doesn't really have a backup plan after its initial attack. So it kind of depends on that snowball effect where it can get in there, get a lot of damage done, and then just keep, attacking, rallying in units. But nice defense so far. 3 spine crawlers, 3 queens. They should have maybe a transfuse or 2 among them once this hits here. 4 queens, actually, if that one needs to come down. But I don't know if this is going to do a lot. We've seen Tyr with force fields in previous attacks, but nothing here. Just straight zealot immortal power. And so far, it is going to actually get 2 of those queens. That's a nice little start here. But 4 spines now going to start chipping away. Zerglings should buy plenty of time for this. And I don't see it working for Tyr.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough right now. If I was a human player coaching Tyr, I don't think it would have been bad to maybe not attack into all those zealots and spine crawlers, or zerglings and spine crawlers.
Well, at least the Immortal stays alive. A nice little bit of micro. Spiny does pull back the roaches, so the Immortal's going to get another queen here. But yeah, there's just not enough. Tyr does need to pull back, like you said. Go home, Tyr. Actually, if you can keep the Immortals alive, maybe somehow an Immortal ball can form, but now one dies right at the bottom of the ramp there, and second one should die now, too.
If he built up that count, he might have had a hope.
Yeah, just a little too aggressive.
There's the saying, Immortals in a warp prism,
Yeah,
it's always the dream.
Where's the warp prism? That's what I want to know.
It's not looking good.
Little defense back home. Yeah, I really wish Tyr would have gotten some sentries. We've seen some pretty good force field play, but the builds do depend just kind of on what it's doing. Sometimes we'll see sentries. Sometimes we will see shuttles. Sometimes we'll see storms out of Tyr. But this time, just going for something a little bit simpler. These bot creators are allowed to update their bots throughout the season. So we're definitely going to see a lot of improvements, a lot of changes in these bots as the season goes on. Yeah, Spiny knows when to retreat.
Yeah, he's like I said, he's a pretty well-rounded bot. It's kind of hard for bots to switch gears as well. Like, we're all cheering inside. We're hoping, Tyr, come on, just expand. Like, your rush, you canceled the third, wasn't terrible. If you expand, you'll have a shot. But bots have a one-track mind. He's never gonna give up. He's gonna do another push across the map right now with Mortals Stalkers.
Wait, did I blink? What happened to Spiny's? Didn't Spiny have a third coming down earlier?
He did. He canceled it.
Oh, he canceled it. Okay.
Yeah, he saw that.
Like, wait, what's going on here?
Tyr was going for a very aggressive push. He canceled it and used the money to start building spines, which is why he's not dead right now.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. I wondered how he was able to afford all that. It's like, and yeah, look at this defense here. More spines, more queens as well. 4 more spines coming down, taking no chances whatsoever. And against a 1-base Protoss, that's fine. Stay on 2 bases, make a bunch of defenses. It is actually kind of wasting a little bit of money with the spines at this point, but I still think it's going to be enough to hold.
Yeah, he definitely has enough to hold it. It's just a matter of can he use it effectively.
Yeah, those wings are just sitting there blocking the ramp up.
Exactly.
Do something.
The roaches got annihilated.
Something's gonna trigger them. They're just waiting for the right moment here to pounce. And maybe it's when the Immortal's dead. There we go. Good job, Link. So Spiny is gonna hold this off, and with no fallback plan, I think Tyr is just inevitably going to run out of money, run out of resources, just die.
Yeah, it's certainly looking like that. His Immortal's getting really low on health. And it goes down.
Only one left. Yeah, man, that shuttle maybe could have caused a little bit of havoc here, gone up into the main, done something, but...
For sure. Just juggle the Immortals up, down, like bots can do really well, frame perfect Immortal juggling.
Well, look how well they're doing without they're still able to micro back and take a fight and get a good amount of kills. I wonder how many kills that Immortal actually had. Should have had you click on it there. This is gonna be a slow, painful death for Tyr by the looks of it, and then eventually Spiny will just push across. So, what was the bot you made? It was Zerg as well.
The bot I made was Terran.
Terran, that's right.
Back in 2017, right when Blizzard released the API that lets you make bots,
Mm-hmm.
Bjorn was like the king of micro, right?
Yeah, oh
And,
yeah.
like, what would it be like to make a bot that could micro Reapers better than Bjorn? And that's what I set off to build, and it turns out it's a lot harder than I initially
This sounds
thought.
vaguely familiar. I feel like I've heard of your endeavor before.
Yeah,
That sounds
it was
vaguely familiar.
up there in the ladder for at least a bit, you know.
Yeah.
It's definitely currently not. Micro Machine does a lot of what my bot tried to do, except a million times better.
Yeah, Micro
So,
Machine's a boss.
yeah, no, he is a beast.
Have you tried playing against any of these bots yet?
Not
Did you know you can play against these bots?
not recently. Like I believe Crip's been working on a tool that lets you play against the bots nice and easy.
Mm-hmm.
I played against some of the bots when I was first developing. Well, my bot was in active development at least, so like a year ago.
Uh-huh.
I'd love to play against them again. They're so much stronger now.
Oh yeah, they're really good. We did a fun exhibition. We'll do it again, and it's looking like Spiny is going to be one of those bots that might be kind of tricky. You know, he's very reactive to that attack, just very bunkered down. You know, as a low level player myself, I would struggle to break through that.
Have you tried playing against the bots?
I did, and I got destroyed by Micro Machine. Actually,
Oof.
yeah, the damn Banshees—they're just too quick.
Yeah, they're all over the place. I mean, it's hardly fair how he can click on his Banshees on any screen at the same time. Like, he's not limited to things like screens and mice.
Yeah,
Control them all at the same time, anywhere at once. It's really fun to
Tricky
watch,
stuff.
actually.
All right, so actually, Tyr has somehow managed to group up. You know, he kept poking with stalkers and little things here there, but he actually managed to group up a decent little army here. Yeah, I don't know what those queens are doing. They're having a little rave at the natural. 3 immortals here. How Tyr has been able to get this much and lose this much off of one base is just amazing. A lot of drones getting killed on their way to the 4th base that Spiny was trying to throw down. We're going to have to see how good these immortals can micro. Now that Hydralisks are out, too, they kind of hard counter immortals a little bit here, and stalkers. You know, had this army attacked 3 minutes ago before the Hydras are out, it probably could have done a lot of damage.
Yeah. Sometimes what you see in bots is, even if their first attack doesn't work, they'll retreat with the immortals and they'll stockpile them, you know, and then they'll get one massive push. You may have lost one too many immortals. The Queens have had a lot of time to build up energy, and the bots can transfuse perfectly always. So Queens with high energy for bots is very strong.
You know, it's funny, for a while, the bottom of the ramp there was actually helping Tyr with some of these fights. The units weren't fully engaging or going off the creep, so Tyr was able to kind of sit at the bottom of the ramp and chill away with the immortals here and there. But this time, Spiny's just had enough. The Hydras have pushed across. All the immortals are dead. One more is popping out, but this should be the killing blow here. I think Spiny has finally gathered enough. Yeah, 38-7 army supply. This is over.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be a slaughter. Tyr is very close to mining out now, so he's not going to be able to produce units at the same rate either. Spiny's going to be able to produce 4 times what he was before, 4 bases, and Tyr's only going to be able to produce half.
You know, if Tyr had been just a little bit less of aggressive and teched up into Colossus, it could have gone very well, I think. Because the Colossus, imagine if you had 2 Colossus right now with, 5 immortals still.
That would be sick.
Yeah. So I think that was Tyr's biggest detriment in this game, was just being too aggressive, fighting when it shouldn't, kept poking with those immortals and just stuck around too long. Because, how many immortals were lost in total? 6 or so? 7 almost? I don't even know. A lot. It wasn't that many? I thought it was a lot.
No, I said about that many.
Oh, about that many. I think you said not that many.
Sounds about right.
6 immortals is a lot to me, all right?
Yeah, I think Shift L will show the units lost if we want to get the exact counts.
We'll see.
Inside if we don't. I'm okay knowing that I'm most likely wrong with my ability to guess numbers. Oh,
there it is. 11. Jeez, that wasn't even close. Yeah, 11 immortals off
like
one
more
base.
Than our guesses combined, almost. That's crazy.
Pretty good stuff. So well done, Spiny. Taking out Tyr. Again, Tyr higher ranked on the ladder than Spiny, but just with a solid build, a really good hold of that one base pressure. And that was, again, Tyr's biggest problem, just attacking on one base, losing too much with no follow-up. no way to punch through and deal any real damage. All right, GG. That is game 1. We've got another game coming up very soon for you, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 3 more matches in Pool 1. Again, that was our first match, and then we've got Pool 2 as well tonight. So 4 more matches after this round. So a couple more new bots. Next round will be 2 returning bots. Jensybot versus Straylock will be coming up next. Before we get that loaded up, though, be sure you type in !community to join our new forum. And you can also type in !join to become a Patreon member and get a cool badge on that forum. I haven't checked out the forum just yet, but I'm going to be doing so tonight. Maybe we'll do it together on stream later. Have you checked it out yet, Doc?
I don't think I have.
There we go. Drek even typed it in the chat for you, so you guys have no excuse not to at least check it out. Take a little look at what we've got going on. We do a lot of fun things here on ESChamp. ProBots, of course, our current activity, but we also do a fun little game show. We've got occasionally some other StarCraft tournaments, still to be decided at this point. Yeah, this is a nice little forum here. Nice and organized.
I just clicked the link. It's definitely worth checking out. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Heck yeah. Yeah, and if anybody in chat is interested in making a bot, we also have a really cool community where you can join. It's the I forget the name of it. StarCraft II AI Discord. That's the what now? And Bits of Code. Yeah, I'm getting there. Don't you worry. But that is a great way to learn how to make a bot. It's Bits of Code. That's another segment you can check out. Of course, we've got a YouTube page. You can see some links there. You can also find the Bits of Code YouTube just a little Google. It's easy. But a lot of good info there. So yeah, if you want to get a bot into our tournament, into our next season, go ahead and start programming and join that Discord as well. A lot of helpful people there who can help you out and get you started. I believe there is a bot as well that you can download just to start from scratch, just a pre-made little bot that you can then build on top of. It's just a Terran bot. I think it just makes Marines or something simple and sends them to attack. But it's a place to start.
For sure. There's quite a few bots available, actually, quite a few different languages. Like when I first started doing my bot, C++ is the only way to go. And I believe the bot you're talking about is a Command Center. I don't know if there's a new one.
I can't remember the name.
Okay, for sure. Well, there's not only lots of different languages, but if you ask we got channels for each of them. You got C, you got Python, you got C#. You just ask in the channel, you'll find example bots for the language you want to program in too. So
awesome. Well, I think this is one of the biggest seasons we've had, the most submissions, 16 bots duking it out. Usually I think it's around like 12 or so, 13 maybe. So it's really nice to have a few extras in here, get that nice round number, or even number rather. But yeah, the more the merrier. That'd be awesome if we can get up to 32 one day and just really have these bots duking it out.
Yeah, no, it would be glorious.
That would be cool. All right, looks like production's ready. Say that again. Say what?
No, sorry. I was just gonna say the bots keep getting better every day, and the quality of matches we see improves. Like eventually, I think bots are gonna be more fun to watch than pro matches, maybe.
Yeah, no, we've seen some pretty fun stuff already, and especially knowing that they're bots, they're fallible. They can really struggle sometimes with something that we consider very easy of a task to do in StarCraft. But you're a little more understanding, I think, in that regard, because it's just a little bot. It's learning. It's getting there. Soon it will take over the world once it's ready.
I hope so.
Once it's ready. All right, we're ready. Whenever production is, go ahead and kick it off. We're going to be moving on to Triton for our next match. We are ready. We've got a TVT coming up now. This should be interesting. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. If you're just joining us, this is ProBots on ESChamp. And here we are. Why don't you take this one? Start this one off for us here. Do you do intros? Are you an intro guy, or do you take the screw intro approach?
No, intros are like the greatest. Like,
good. All right.
And we'll get Mario proxying every game. Top left, in the red, we got Jensybot. Very, very strong Terran bot. Most recent StarCraft II AI ladder community tournament, not ESChamp. He got second. He's pretty good. Yeah,
and third in the ladder currently as well. So
and third in the ladder as well. No, it's
way up there.
He's up there. Bottom right in the blue, we got Strelok.
Good old Strelok.
Strelok. No, he's also an amazing bot. They have very similar strategies at times too. The favorite one I like to see them do is cyclones. Sometimes they proxy it, and it's glorious to watch. Like, it's honestly like a real treat.
Kind of like what we're seeing here. Maybe just proxied barracks at the moment, but might get a proxied factory here. Yeah, Straylock, this is his second season, I believe. Made his debut season 3 last year. So very cool to see Straylock back in action and doing well. Number 9 on the ladder currently is coded in Python. I'm noticing a lot of Python bots. That seems to be the code of choice currently.
Yeah, Python's definitely one of the popular languages to use.
Is it just easier to code in Python, or what's the reasoning for that?
It could be a little bit of a debate in terms of easy. I would generally say Python is one of the easier languages to work in.
Okay.
DeepMind, I believe, made AlphaStar using there's 2 Python libraries. They use PySC2, and like, if they're willing to use Python to make one of the strongest bots ever made, like, it's definitely not a bad pick.
Yeah, for sure. What is that? Another barracks? Or yeah, okay. So just 2 barracks proxied currently. Looks like it's just going to be a bit of a Reaper rush, and actually 2 Reapers up in the main could do some work. 1 Reaper does pop out for Jensybot, but I'm not too good at math, but I think 2 beats 1 in this scenario.
Quite often, yes, unless your name's Bjorn.
Unless you're Bjorn. Yeah, you got to get your bot back into the ladder here, or back into the action.
It's gonna happen eventually.
All right. Oh, here we go. Where's the Reaper at? What's he shooting? I hear shooting, but I don't see.
Oh, he might actually do it. Wow. Oh no! Get in the bunker! Get in the bunker!
Ooh, nice grenade. Does make a nice hit. The second Reaper, what is this Reaper doing? It's just kind of running around, taking a lot of free shots here. Somehow survives. Oh, if they win this fight, that's incredible. Jensybot got so lucky there with the engagement.
Yeah, Strelok needs to take advantage of the fact that he has Reapers in the enemy main. He can kill off quite a few workers. Once the tank's out, it's going to be a lot more difficult to do that damage.
There we go. Yeah, they were a little stuck there. I wonder if it was because they were healing or what, but they're going to get picked up. And now there's a decent amount of units out. I think Jensybot should be able to clean this up here. So Straylock has kind of missed his window a little bit. Another Reaper does come in. So this isn't going to stop anytime soon. It's just going to be non-stop Reapers, but that's a beautiful bunker to help things out here. And I don't know if Straylock can do this with any amount of Reapers, especially with he's lost them all now. So is it just over?
Yeah, no. I wouldn't say over. There was a game that I saw between 2 AI bots. It looked like it was over in a very similar situation to this. All he did was keep building Reapers, and he eventually managed to push through with like 50 Reapers. I'm
oh
like,
my God.
What? Like, he would have never expected it. Reaper defense is really well. Reapers in general are hard to do with AI for a couple reasons. One is when they jump up cliffs, you have to remember what's up there, and you have to account for the fact that Reapers move slower when you're jumping up cliffs.
Ah, yeah.
So what we just saw there is like, oh, I totally forgot that last time I was up there, it didn't work out so well for me.
Yeah, we do see bots still struggle with that. They've gotten a lot better in general dealing with kind of the high ground and ramps as far as just getting vision, something to see for them. But yeah, this time Straylock not doing so hot, going right up into tank fire there and just absolutely obliterated. So it's looking a little bit grim for our blue Terran. You know, we're going to see an expansion out of Straylock and nothing out of Jensybot just yet. Oh no, that is a command center. I'm sorry. So yeah, both bots expanding. But man, look at that army. That is a big army for Jensybot. Just needs medevacs, and I think Jensybot's ready to push. Most open source bots. Oh, the Python API has the best support, apparently. Okay. And it has the most open source bots. Okay, that makes sense.
If you're new to the AI community, I definitely recommend starting with Python.
Okay.
There's a lot of AI tools, like open source AI tools beyond StarCraft, like TensorFlow, that are Python. And additionally, Python, you're going to have the easiest time getting started with. Python's, I think, one of the oldest, or not like the second oldest programming language supported by StarCraft AI. You've got a lot of help there, too. A lot of work you can build off of.
That's good. Oh man, these poor Reapers are just getting annihilated. They're trying so hard to stay out of range and take little pot shots where they can, but the tanks are just shutting this down completely. Those tanks are in just a beautiful spot. And now the Marines are going to go and shut down the proxy. So this is all but done here. 7 army supply to 35. I just don't think Straylock can build enough army in time to fight what Jensybot has now. Just lost so much.
It's going to be tricky. If he has attack advantage, he might be able to start building air units. It looks like he's starting a Raven. Not the choice I would have gone for.
He's a Liberator, I think would be a good choice.
A Liberator would be very good. Get a Liberator at the top of the ramp and a little bit of a wall. It would be hard to... You'd at least be able to buy some time, you know, to maybe get a battle cruiser or something.
Let's play the guessing game again. How many Reapers do you think are dead now?
Oh, man. I'm gonna... So, last time I thought it was a low number. I'm gonna go with the number we had last time, 11, you know?
I'm gonna go with 27.
27, oh boy.
Let's get it up here if we can. We'll see in a second. But yeah, so there's a lot of production back at home for Straylock, so it's just Reapers galore. It looks like this is our Reaper bot for the season. I like it. Like you said, Reapers can do really well if they can get in that big, you know, ball and keep healing up. They really have an advantage with that healing ability. 16. Okay, you're a little closer.
It's got that in the middle, you know.
Still a little low though. But yeah, that's a lot of dead Reapers here. And yeah, just against the tanks, I just don't, unless there's a massive amount of Reapers where there's more Reapers than Marines. Okay, maybe then I'll think Straylock can push through, but
for sure, I like what he's doing right here. I mean, this probably isn't how he's coded, but what's happening right now is he's able to buy some time, you know, with the Reapers. Because like if Jensybot leaves his base, he's under threat that a whole bunch of Reapers are going to jump into his main and start killing all his workers. So I mean, if he moves across the map, he'll definitely probably win a base trade, but you could scare bots, you know, if they see even a single enemy units, sometimes they'll like hit F2 and A move all the way across the map just to get that one unit. Like it's like, dude, that's just an SCV scouting in my main. It's like, no, I have to bring my army back.
The most important thing. Ooh, Straylock's macro is solid. I'll give him that. He's moving up to 3 bases. Both these bots very on point with that macro. Straylock just trailing by a few workers. There's just no army left. Okay, now we're probably up to the 20s for our Reaper loss count. God, that's a lot of dead Reapers.
Both bots are still expanding. Jensybot definitely has a stronger economy.
Especially with the medevacs out now as well. Now Marines aren't going to start dying. This army is just not going to get smaller for Jensybot.
Holy moly. We're at 11 Reapers lost. See how many?
Wait, what was it at? I missed it. I wasn't...
38.
38? Jesus. Oh my goodness. I was looking at the production tab.
Yeah, no, all good. It's my favorite place to look.
Jeez Louise. All right, another base, 4th base coming down for Jensybot. So the moment Jensybot decides to push across and kill Straylock, it's just going to happen. Straylock is just being so persistent with the Reapers that it's keeping Jensybot home. So this could technically give Straylock enough time to get out. Yeah, like you said, Liberators, something good, something that could actually deal with this. Because as it is, man, the Reapers are making for some fun skirmishes here, but those Marines flying. I don't know why, but that tickles me.
It's fun to watch. The little animation you see while they're like flailing in the air.
It's good stuff. Oh, I think I was watching the stream there. I was a little bit behind.
Oh, it's all good.
It's all StarCraft.
Yeah, this is the same thing.
All right, tank's in a good spot. Yeah, nothing. They're not getting through that, right?
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be able to build his 4th or land his 4th.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's why he's moved out to secure the ground there. And yeah, just the slow crawl here. Jensybot making his way as he takes all the bases, slowly pushing to Straylock's base here. Reaper's doing what they can, but we've seen this problem a lot too. The range issue. We see it mostly with like Vikings. I think is one of the biggest perpetrators of it. But you know, the Reaper's trying to go in and get the tank. All of a sudden, it takes a tank shot. It's like, oh, I'm too close to it. You know, I'm taking damage. Pulls back, and it's like, oh, I want to go back and kill the tank. Goes right back into tank fire.
For sure, yeah. It's one of the hardest things to account for. part of it's memory, trying to remember that units were there, and part of it is estimating how well a fight will go. Because like 10 Reapers or 10 Marines versus 20 Zerglings, who will win? Well, it's hard to say. You know, it depends on how well you control your units.
I gotta say, this slow crawl is quite impressive. Impressive out of Jensybot. Against any composition, I feel like this would just be a strong push. You know, the tanks are moving up nicely, little bits at a time, covering each other. Marines aren't pushing too far ahead. All in all, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's so impressive to watch.
Wait, whose base is that? Is that Jensy's or Straylock? I think it's Straylock's trying to... Yeah, Straylock's trying to build a base there, but keeps losing the SCV. No base for you. Jensybot is shutting this down. Has slowly made his way across. You know, Straylock has gotten a little bit of an army out, more so than, you know, previously in the game, but it's 106-25.
Yeah, no, it's not looking too good. I'm trying to think of like the one magic unit that like Straylock can build.
Liberator, man.
Would have the game.
I really think Liberator would do it.
Yeah, but I mean, he has some Vikings now.
That's true. He does have the Vikings out now, so maybe not. They haven't really been doing much. They're just kind of hovering above the tanks, yeah? Just kind of protecting. So, I don't know. Maybe they'd be aggressive.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say. We'll never know, because this is a Reaper only bot. No Liberators here.
For sure. Strelok has a couple different options he could go for. I think he may have chosen the wrong option for this game. Jensybot's one of the more defensive bots out there. He likes really holding back and biding his time until he's maxed out and does the slow push. You know, it's his favorite thing to do.
Oh, it's solid. It works really well. Well, I could see this working well against a very ground-based Zerg player or Zerg bot. You know, just with that nice slow tank crawl. The Marines have pretty good micro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're staying in range of those tanks. But yeah, this is the beginning of the end here. Straylock will go down to Jensybot. And Jensybot showing why he's number 3 on that ladder there. Looking real strong.
It's impressive to say the least.
So everyone was saying, what was it? I think Group 2 is supposed to be the harder group from what I've been hearing people talking about in the Discords there. So I'm curious to see how much harder, because this has been very impressive so far. Like Jensybot looking very strong. Before that, our new Zerg bot looking very strong as well. Spiny. Just I'm getting scared to play against these bots in our season finals for the humans versus bots. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous for the humans.
For sure. There's definitely a lot of long-time champs in Group 2.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a lot of fresh faces that are really strong in Group 1 as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's...
It's going to be a good season already. I'm getting some good feels already. Some awesome action so far. Straylock trying to survive, but yeah, this will all be over soon, Straylock. It's okay. I could see this Reaper Ras doing really well, you know, against a bot that isn't as together as Jensybot, though. You know, Jensybot very good at keeping his army together, but those Reapers were really trying to pull him apart. They were hitting on the left, on the right, just in multiple bases at once at one point in time. Finally got into the worker lines and started killing some workers, but Jensybot's just too together. Yeah, go and speed it up. Yeah, once we get to this point, we can watch Straylock die a little bit faster.
Jensen likes to play with his food a little bit too, you know. He's gonna take his own sweet time, killing off every single building. He's very cautious.
Yeah, that's a lot of production. Yeah, really good macro out of Straylock, though, I will say. The macro was on point, was keeping up with the base count, kept expanding, had plenty of production. You know, those Reapers did not stop producing at any point in time. So, well done there, but Jensybot just a little bit too strong with that Marine tank composition. Even a couple of Ravens with full energy. Cherry on top there. GG. All right, that's 2 matches here. That means we're halfway through Group A. Exciting stuff here. What else we got coming up? Oh, I lost my sheet. I closed it. There it is. 2 new bots coming up next. Have you heard of either of these two, the Harvester or Mech Sweep?
They are both new faces to me, at least.
New to me. Now, I don't think either is on. I didn't see either on the AI Arena ladder there. Let me know if I'm wrong. Maybe they're just under a different name. Anybody in chat, if you do know. But yeah, as far as we know, 2 brand new bots here coming up. Should be very exciting.
I know.
I don't even know their races. We're finding out. We're gonna find out right now. Harvester, we've got no info on. Let's see if Mech Sweep. We got nothing on Mech Sweep. This is gonna be a mystery game, ladies and gentlemen. Should be a lot of fun. Wow. Oh, do we have brackets we can show? Hell yeah! Let's look at the bracket. So check it out. We've got an awesome bracket here. Which one are we showing? Our normal bracket, I'm assuming.
We're showing the most brackety brackets, the square brackets, not the curly brackets.
Well, I was hoping for it to pop up because I don't actually have a bracket open on my end yet. So I'm hoping for it to pop up on screen there. Hopefully soon. There it is. Woo! All right, so yeah, we've got our awesome bracket. 16 bots here, starting at the top, moving down. We've already seen Spiny and Jensybot move on, so they're going to be going up against each other. Wait, I thought, is this not round robin anymore? Did nobody tell me? Or is it still? Yeah. Okay, so ignore the round 2. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we fixed it.
Yeah,
so it is round robin. We tricked you. We got y'all.
Tyr and StarCraft are both amazing bots, and it would be a shame for all of us to see of them as just that one game.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna see a lot of them throughout the season here. But yeah, this is round robin format, so all the bots are gonna be playing against all the other bots. So we've got plenty of matches to come here. But yep, I believe we're ready with our next game. Without further ado, production, go ahead and take it away here. We're moving on to Acropolis or a little ZVT action. Classic matchup here. There we go. All right. So what's your favorite bot play to watch here? Zerg, a little Zerg action, some Terran Reaper control, maybe some Tempests.
My favorite things to watch are things that humans can't actually do, like perfect micro control. If I had to pick a favorite strategy right now, it's definitely Cyclones. Because Cyclones are kind of like battle cruisers in a way, where they lock into a unit and then the unit dies. And if you have perfect control, there's not too much you can do about it, you know? So the amount of value a Cyclone can extract in the hands of a bot is so much higher than what a Cyclone can extract, even in the hands of a pro.
Oh, okay, so we do have a little info here in chat. Thank you, Yamabushi. So Harvester is same creator as Sharpened Edge. We saw Sharpened Edge do quite well in the past few seasons of ProBots. So coming at it with a new bot here. Very cool to see. And Mech Sweep is on the AI Arena as Dan the Man, who is currently...
He's the man.
There he is, 15th on the ladder. So about halfway down the ladder there. Also coded in Python. Looking pretty good. So yeah, this should be a pretty good match here. I'm excited to see. So is this a new iteration of Sharpened Edge? Or is it just a totally new bot? Kind of start from scratch thing. You'll have to let me know in chat there if I knew. Didn't we already? Yeah. Are we in game? Are we not in game? Oh, get in game.
Beautiful faces.
What are we doing? It's all right. We're going to introduce our players now. I just assumed we were. There we go. We are in game. In the bottom right, we have got our red Zerg player, the Harvester. And who's this bot up here? Who's this guy? No? You don't want to introduce him? Doc?
Oh, sorry.
I'm we so lost the Doc.
Introducing the bots. My brain was like, oh, I don't have to do that this time.
Trying to keep you engaged here, keep you awake.
No, all good. Yeah. Top left, we got Mech Sweep. Brand new mystery bot with a mystery strategy.
All right, so somebody's saying starting from scratch. Oh, no, wait. Maybe not.
I just got so thrown off. I've done all the community ladder tournaments and introduced all of them.
Oh, nice. Now we'll get you back in the swing of things here. We'll get you, warmed up. So yeah, it looks like, I guess this one is semi-scripted from Sharpened Edge a little bit. So we might see some similar behaviors. Sharpened Edge, of course, a Protoss bot. So we are gonna see absolutely some new things out of this bot, as it is Zerg. But yeah, I'm excited to see we've got a lot of Lings pooling up so far just on one base. So I'm very curious if this is just going to be a big one base kind of all-in attack. There's a second base coming down for Mech Sweep on the high ground, though, so it's going to be safe for at least a little bit while longer should Harvester decide to push out with all these Lings. Going this many Lings, I'd kind of like just to see a Baneling nest as well, but we've got no gas, so it looks like we're just going to have a very simple Zergling mass of death. And we'll see if Mech Sweep can hold the wall. It's like the classic, Terran cinematic, hold the wall against just the never-ending flood of Zerg. And we'll see if he can do it.
I actually kind of really like the strategy Harvester's going for here. Because often what bots do is they, get a few units out and they'll just charge across the map, Not too much stockpiling of units. Because if you don't know they're going for the rush, and if this catches them off guard, that's going to be absolutely brutal.
Indeed. So another fun little fact about our Zerg player, the Harvester was trained using reinforcement learning and took over 40,000 games to adapt. That is a lot of StarCraft games.
Yeah, I can't even imagine playing that many.
I don't think you can play that many. How many? What's the average somebody plays in the year? Like a streamer or something.
Dude, I have no
There's
idea.
stats I gotta look up.
I've been playing since the game came out. I'm at 4,000 games. That's like a tenth of how many.
Well, the advantage of being a bot is you can speed up time and get a lot more games.
A week or two,
All right, here we go. Not a full wall off on the natural here. The Lings are going to get in on this first tank. A little bit of a blunder out of Mech Sweep here, not having the low wall secured. A lot of SCVs going down. They don't have any kind of retreat command. Just go get more gas command. That's their only prerogative, I guess. Let's see if this command center even lifts up here. This might actually work out of the Harvester. Tank on the high ground, but those depots need to stay closed.
He's probably trying to lift off, but he has a SCV in the queue. He needs to cancel it.
Oh, no, it just keeps building. So, yeah, no, it looks like there's no evacuation protocol scripted in. Another command center is just going to fly over this and head over to the third base situation there. So maybe that could get some extra income. Oh.
So waiting for it to just land where the other one died.
That tank is a hero. How many? Can we get a kill count on that tank? What an absolute boss.
Yeah, no, he's not the hero we needed, but, well, he's not the hero we deserved. He's the hero we needed, though.
Absolutely. So it was looking good for Harvester there. Got the second base cleaned up, but one tank able to save the day. Oh, wait, that's not right. 0 kills?
Yeah, what a champ.
That's a different tank?
It's his cousin? What?
Oh, he's hiding. Oh, okay, 40.
Okay, wow.
I was like, well, what the heck? I thought it was a bug or something. Okay.
My mind was exploding.
He killed so many, it counted as infinity. 0 kills. No, we've got 40 kills on that tank. That's awesome. That is cool to see.
What a true hero, not to take credit for any of the kills of saving the day. It's like, no, it was the community. Couldn't have done it without you. Now,
where does this tank go next is the big question. It's very exposed and not in a good spot by those rocks there. Yeah, as this moves across here, I'm a little bit afraid for our 40 kill friend.
I'm especially worried about that third base placement. It has potential just to be spotted and killed off again.
I think the only way that Harvester spots it is if it sees an SCV and follows it over there, though, right?
Yeah, for sure. If he's just rallying,
no tank,
like bots normally do.
Don't do it. 44. Get a handful more. 49. Go for 50. Oh, he doesn't get 50.
No, not to the low ground. No.
Ooh, yeah. These tanks need to work on their positioning a little bit. Actually, this is a really good spot on the ramp here. It is gonna clump. What the heck are the Lings doing there? Oh, they're a little bit afraid to push in. They are gonna go in now, but they should all get massacred. Might get one more tank here. Oh, gets it barely. This is actually a close game considering. So I guess the next big question is the Harvester going to expand?
He definitely needs to. He managed to kill a command center, but there's another command center. It's kind of like a Hydra. You killed one command center, there's yet another one. If Harvester wants to be the Zerg who adapts, to the environment. He's got to take another base.
Oh, absolutely.
Or a gas, just start getting those banelings.
Nah, Zerglings for life.
The Zergling speed would be really good too.
Yeah, speed, anything would be helpful here. I think just on this ground alone that it looks like Harvester's just going to keep building up a group of lings and send. We've seen bots try to do that before, and it can work out in the very beginning, but pretty much after the second wave has failed, there's just no coming back. There's no way for the bot to get enough traction. So we'll see. Not a lot of army has been produced for Mech Sweep in general, just a handful of tanks. So no support. A couple Vikings in the air to help out a little bit, but will it be enough? As long as they're in a good position, which we've seen Mech Sweep struggle a little bit with. But
I know for sure.
We'll see.
The Zerglings, I just can't help but think Zergling speeds against tanks,
40k games and found out lings with no upgrades is enough. Who's the OP race now?
Oh, man, that's so funny. I'd love to find out more about the details of the inner working of the spot, because reinforcement learning is not easy to do. DeepMind took 300, the equivalent of 300 graphics cards per agent, and they had a tournament of these things fighting each other in order to train. It's not easy to do. I'd love to hear more about the strategy.
Absolutely. All right, more and more lings. This is a bigger wad of lings, I think, than we've seen so far. So it looks like it does scale up as time goes on here, which is nice. Because again, the army supply actually in Harvester's favor. So if Harvester can push out and somehow catch these tanks like they are right now, unsieged, out in the open a little bit, I definitely think that our Zerg player can take this game.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially because a lot of the army supply is Vikings. What are Vikings gonna do against Zerglings?
Not a lot. They can land and die against Zerglings.
Yeah, man, they could go.
Yeah, they don't do a whole lot.
They try though.
Mech Sweep has been pretty good about sieging up right as those lings get into view, though, and with this many tanks out, I don't know if it actually even matters if Mech Sweep gets caught out in the open. As long as he gets sieged up in time, that should be enough tanks to kill through the lings, right?
Yeah, it probably is. I keep hoping my inner, whatever, you got to get ling speed. It's mandatory, It's kind of getting
it's like getting Marines without combat shield or something, Mass Marine
sure.
or Stim, yeah.
It's like getting a pencil without an eraser, It's just kind of go together.
Madness. Who uses pencils anymore? Come on.
Pen without an eraser.
I actually have one. I really like my eraser pen. It's nice.
Oh really? I've never actually used one.
It uses friction essentially, and it just heats and dries the ink and makes it go away or something.
Oh wow,
that.
magic!
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. All I know is my pen erases.
Witchcraft to me.
Pretty much is. All right. How many lings do we need to go here? What are we at currently? 52 army supply.
52 army supply is going to translate to roughly 100 lings. I don't know if Queens count as part of army supply.
I do not believe Queens count as army supply. I'm pretty sure Queens do not count as army supply. But yeah, U is.
Yeah, use for units if you want to see the number of lings.
A lot of Hellbats now, and actually I think that is just the exact thing that Mech Sweep needed. I don't care how many lings you've got, Harvester. I don't think you can do this. Slow lings against siege tanks and Hellbats. My money's on the Hellbats.
Against the Hellbats. I mean, not Hellbats tanks. Hellbats are designed to take out infinite number of lings.
Oh yeah, no, and with so many here too, they can get fully surrounded and just barbecue lings for days here. Are there any medevacs overhead? No. Yep, 3 medevacs. Okay, so that will help a little bit as well. Of course, Hellbats being the OP unit that they are, can also heal. Because why not? Why not?
Did we ever get Blue Flame?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Nope, just getting armor, getting some other upgrades. Currently, 1 armor is completed, plus 2 armor is on the way here. Don't forget to hit D there. Yeah, I want to see production. There's the upgrades. Oh, he did get Blue Flame. My mistake.
I like how we call it Blue Flame, but the official name is Infernal Pre-Igniters.
Yeah, that's too complicated. Again, I am not a scientist, okay? You gotta keep it simple for me.
Well, I mean, whoever named it isn't a scientist either. Like, infernal, you know? Like, how sciencey
like an inferno or something.
Yeah,
Oh, this is a lot of lings, and they do not want to fight on the ramp. They're actually going to come down in segments here. Harvester not getting the attack, the go command, just building up more and more lings. I'm curious if it was trying to max out or something before it attacked, but oh god.
Man, that's savage. Wow.
I haven't seen that many lings die that quick, probably ever.
Yeah, I mean, as a Terran player, I can't say I hate it when I see a bunch of...
There go the drones. Brave little drones.
Hey,
Barbecued.
That's actually kind of a cool move for a reinforcement learning bot, to like pull the drones like when you're under attack.
Yeah. Well, I think we all saw this inevitably happening and ending this way here, but wow, what a glorious finish here. Quite the build-up for a very quick smack to the face, and Harvester is down for the count. Mech sweep, taking the win. Terran doing good so far. All right. That was game 3. We've got one more match here in our pool one that we're calling it. So who do you have a bot so far that you like, that you're favoring in the season? From previous viewing or even just tonight's Jensybot?
Yeah, the Jensybot has some amazing defense code, and I believe, like I mentioned earlier, defense is so much harder to code than attack. You gotta anticipate anything. Like, anything can happen, and it's amazing at doing it, and which is even more impressive because he's like a newcomer, like one of the newer bots we have. So
been around.
He's my secret favorite.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. Well, I'm definitely. I think I might be a little Micro Machine favorite just because of how well it did last season.
Yeah.
It is our current reigning champ, and I'm expecting great things. But yeah, we've got some phenomenal bots.
Not a bad pick.
Not a bad pick at all. All right, I believe we're ready. Let's just go ahead and dive into our last game here of Group 1. Say that again. Starting now. Perfect. That's what I want to hear. Again, type in !join in the chat, everybody, if you want to see how you can help support ESChamp ProBots here. This is, again, Season 1 of 2020, Day 1. Let's go ahead and move on to Winter's Gate. Take it away, production. And I'm going to assume we're in game now. CreepyBot. Down here in the bottom right, I like this name. It's our Red Zerg CreepyBot.
I mean, Zerg's like creepy kind of fits.
No, it's fitting. I like it. Little ZVZ, a couple mirror matchups tonight. All right. You introduce this guy while I look up info here.
The top left, we got something you would expect from a Terran, a bot named Alert, kind of like a robot mech name. Honestly, I don't know anything about these bots. They're new to me.
We don't have any info on them, so keep wondering. So it may be if somebody Alert is Mindstream's bot, okay, and CreepyBot is Bernie's bot. Okay, so we've had Bernie's bot.
I think I might have seen CreepyBot before.
Okay.
But I have a bad memory when it comes to names and faces. And bots don't even have faces, so it's like doubly hard to keep track of bot names.
Oh, and I guess Alert is actually a random bot, so it can play all 3 races.
What a choosing!
Yeah, this time spawning as Zerg, but yeah, that's something to keep our eye on. That's not easy to do, to have one that can do all 3 kind of on a whim. At least I don't think it's easy.
It's just like playing. You got more things to account for.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you think it would be not too hard. You're like, okay, like let's just get a bot that has a couple different strategies, and depending on the race, you just pick a strategy, and then you're like, okay, well, for Terran, I'll go barracks and marines. Okay, so you build the barracks and marines, and then for Zerg, you're like, okay, I'll go lings, and you're like, I'll get a spawning pool and Zerglings, and then you try and build a spawning pool, and you don't place it on creep, and you're like, oh, I guess I have to account for like even the basics, you know. Got to account for creep, got to account for pylons. Just like random bots definitely have like quite a bit more.
3 times as much stuff to do. Now, what was it? Andrew's Little Alert stands for personally. So if anybody in chat knows the, is that acronym? Is that the right one for the, or am I thinking of, yeah, acronym. That's the right term. I always mix that and whatever the other one is up. Anyway, if you know what alert is in chat, let me know. Now, we do have a lot of gases out of alert. Is finally saturating. Okay, yeah, now look at this gas here. Something weird's going on where a fourth drone keeps trying to go and mine from that gas, but then keeps taking it off. I don't know. Something weird was going on there. CreepyBot does see the second base coming out of alert. Oh, now it's going, wait, from 2 to, yeah, that left gas. All the gases are actually having a little bit of trouble right now.
Yeah, I don't fully understand why that's so hard for bots to do, because I looked at my code like 10 times and like I've had the similar issue. I think part of it is like if you try and count the number of units that are alive right then, mining gas, well, one of them just disappears every time you try and like...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like, oh, I have 3 mining gas. Oh, I have 4. Now I have 3 because it keeps like going in and out of the geyser.
Disappears in there, so it's like, oh, I've got to send one more, so it's at 3. I see what you're saying. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things that's just not the end of the world if your bot does, but it's like annoying to track down that bug.
Artificial intelligence. Oh, I see with the capital letters. That is confusing as all can be, but we'll go with it. I like it.
Like, I want to like say it out loud, but I can't. Like,
that is like not what alert stands for, but okay, we'll go with it. Artificial intelligence arena bot. I like it.
Just filled me in with the details. CreepyBot's been on the ladder for a while, which reminds me why it's familiar. I've definitely seen it before. It gets its name from the fact that it's all about spreading creep and gets creep across the map like in 8 minutes or something.
Oh, I see. Yeah, living up to his namesake. Alert not doing any creep spread just yet. CreepyBot doing enough for the both of them, I guess. And that's always been, I feel like, an interesting discussion is in ZVZ, do you need creep? Obviously, you want creep to connect your bases, but do you need it past that?
I mean, as a guy who's only Golden Zerg, I say yes, because like I can see everything, you know, like helps me. Like
that's true. Yeah, it is very helpful for vision. You can get units around if you are playing a heavy ground-based army. I could see it definitely helping out. But say you're going mass mutas or something.
Yeah, like I guess if you're going mutas, it doesn't make as much sense.
Just interesting, yeah, because it benefits you, but it also benefits your opponent. So you don't want to do something that benefits your opponent, right? Little food for thought there.
That's what all the pros seem to think. Like,
yeah,
I'm not a Zerg player. I have no idea, but all the pros seem to think, yeah, no, you don't need to spread creep across the map. Like if you're against Zerg, it's only gonna hinder you.
All right, well, speaking of mutas, CreepyBot actually has some flying out right now. We've got a few more in the production tab as well, and they're going to be able to come over here and cause a bit of havoc. The only anti-air right now is this one queen in the natural. And you get enough mutas here, and that queen's going to die very quickly. So far, they are just going to kind of kite and micro back and do damage, all kind of staying away from the queen a little bit. Kind of like she's got a plague or something, you know. Keep away. Okay, second queen is coming down to try to help a little bit, but they just need to stand and fight. The queen's getting microed a little bit too much here. Are not actually attacking. I don't see really any shots going off on the Mutalisks.
Yeah, they're not really aware their job is, you know, to defend is Zerg's primary anti-air in the early game. Yeah, man, that's brutal. Like, I was thinking he got wind of the fact that the Mutalisks were coming because he was moving his overlords to the corner of the map before the Mutalisks even got here, but these are queens, man. You gotta do the job.
I think this just killed him. It's just going to be a little bit of a slow death from here, but there's nothing. Yeah, there's no answer. Nothing is going to stop this amount of Mutalisks at this point. No spores coming down either. A bunch of roaches just doing nothing. You know, at least they could have maybe gone across the map and tried to counter. But again, we've talked about that's one of those things we know as a human. Oh, okay, I can't shoot these mutas with my roaches. Better send them across and maybe do some damage and cripple him, you know, in the process. But this bot is just like, what do? I can't shoot up.
bots are the king of F2A move.
Oh yeah.
And they do it even more blindly than the most bronziest of players. Like, oh, roaches against mutas. I got him, man. I know what to do. No mind at all that they're flying.
Oh man, I really want these mutas to go into that overlord pit on the left side, the top left there. All the overlords clumped up there currently.
All the splash damage.
All the splash damage in the world, but I don't know if we'll even get to that point. It looks like the mutas are going to clean up everything else before they even get there. What do I do? You die. That's all you can do, alert. Unfortunately, for our blue Zerg, we'll be going down. But nicely done, CreepyBot, with a really nice macro. Yeah, you get, like you said, that creep spread creeping all over the map right now. Just absolutely everywhere. 5 bases as well. So CreepyBot looking very, very strong.
CreepyBot living up to his name.
Indeed. You know, we can't take away from what Alert was doing, though. Had CreepyBot not just gone into the Muta Switch and won, there was a lot of roaches out. There was a big ground army. You know, there was definitely some potential for Alert there. Had CreepyBot maybe gone, you know, Zergling, Baneling, instead of so many Mutas or something else. So.
Oh, for sure. Like it definitely wasn't in a bad spot, and it definitely macroed up pretty well. Like,
oh, I agree.
A couple tweaks to the bot code, make the roaches go across the map and counterattack. You'll be in there.
Well, most of the bots today seem to be quite macro oriented. Of course, aside from our Zergling mass game, but that was just kind of a bot of its own league there. I want to see that work. You know, like you said, get Zergling speed. Get just something else, and maybe you can do really well. But all right, that is Group 1, ladies and gentlemen. That was our first half of the show, but we're not done yet, so don't go anywhere. Do not change the channel. We've got 4 more matches coming up. We are going to go to a quick little break here. Before we do that, do type in !community to check out our awesome new forum. You can also type in !join to become a Crown Club member, where you can get a cool badge on that forum. You can get access to members-only rooms in our Discord, where we talk about a lot of fun stuff, ProBots included. So definitely check all that out. And you can also just become a lovely Twitch subscriber. There's a button just above our heads, right up there somewhere, where you can hit and help support ProBots and future events. Doing a lot on ESChamp these days. So it's really cool to have everybody here. Thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in so far. You are watching Season 1 of 2020 ProBots here on ESChamp. And we'll be back after just a quick break. So stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to Season 1 of 2020 here on ESChamp's ProBots. It's a lot of fun. Joining me is the Doctor. Are you having fun tonight so far?
Yeah, no, I'm having so much fun.
Awesome. Yeah, we've got some great games, some phenomenal bots. We're halfway through our show tonight. We've got 8 more bots duking it out here, so 4 more matches. Again, this is a round-robin tournament, so a lot of action to come in the coming weeks, and then we'll, of course, be doing our finals and all that live, and you can get more information as that gets a little bit closer. But until then, if you want to support ESChamp and our future endeavors, such as future seasons of ProBots, which are awesome and you should all want to support and see more of, type in !join. You can become a Crown Club member. You can also type in !community to check out our awesome new forum and get up-to-date news and events and that kind of thing. And you can also always just hit that subscribe button. Phenomenal way to help out. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Hopefully you're all having fun watching our bots fight it out. And we're moving on to Group 2 now. So again, I was saying earlier. Awesome, yeah. So I was saying earlier, we've got our bracket here. A lot of people were saying this is the hard group, apparently. A lot of returning bots that we've seen in previous seasons. Of course, bots like Micro Machine is in here. Kagamina, a very strong bot. I'm excited to see what we've got out of her coming up. But yeah, it should be very interesting. Who are you favoring in this group here?
I mean, the obvious pick is
besides Micro Machines.
Yeah. Probably second favorite pick, Kagamina. Dude, I'm so bad at saying that name. It's one of the oldest bots I still suck at pronouncing.
Kagamina, right? Yeah.
Kagamina. Yeah, got I believe rewritten from C++ to Java, and it's very adaptable in terms of what it can do. It's written by HJax. He's he's pretty good at regular StarCraft too, Grandmaster NA, and he like he's just like not only good at StarCraft, he's applied his knowledge, like his Grandmaster level knowledge, to his bot, and it will react based on what it scouts. It's very defensive, and it's a very fresh take on bots, and I think it's one of the strongest ones. Just
Three-way lover, yeah. Somebody, Raph, what's up? By the way, in chat there, pointing out, yeah, three-way lover has done very well in previous seasons. So also a bot to watch out for. Paul and the Cinderblock, a little bit newer. I believe last season was Paul's first season, and then we've seen the Cinderblock as the brick, I believe, in a previous season at some point in time. But yeah, a lot of really exciting matches coming up here. So it should be a lot of fun. And I believe we're about ready to go. Yep, go ahead. Let's start. If production's ready, let's do it. So again, Season 1, 2020 here on ESChamp's ProBots. Let's dive into Group 2 on Winter's Gate. We'll be kicking things off here with a little Terran versus Protoss. That's probably my favorite matchup, to be frank.
Oh, really? Not the world famous Terran versus Zerg?
I do love me some Terran versus Zerg. Yeah, I'm a big Starship Troopers fan. I love the man versus beast, thing there. But something about Protoss versus Terran. It's just, high tech versus, the will of man, just our nonstop ability to throw things at the enemy. It's really good. Anyway, our Protoss here down in the bottom right is Mad AI. Give it up for our blue toss. New bot, I believe, right? Is Madbot new? Oh, wait, no, Wait, is this Madbot?
Yeah, the Protoss is Madbot. He's, somewhat new. He's not like a new.
I know we've had Madbot before. I just said Mad AI, so I was like, wait, is this a new one? Same bot. Okay, that's what I figured. Cool.
He's a familiar face.
Well, I love the name of our other bot here up in the top left. Do you know what Annie stands for?
Every time I see that, I think of anime, so I take it as no. I probably don't know what that actually means.
Well, in the top left, it is our red Terran. Annie bot stands for Artificial No Intelligence.
I love
it. A little bit of a self-jab there. I think we're going to see some pretty cool things out of both these bots here. Again, PvT should be exciting. We've seen Tempest do really well in this matchup. We've seen a lot of Immortals. A lot of Immortal pushes, a lot of Robo-Bay type shenanigans, a lot of disruptors last season as well out of Protosses, and that can do very well against Terran. So I'm curious to see what Madbot's going to do here. Yeah, pretty much the same as Madbot. Okay. Oh yeah, Paul's the one that does that really cool Nidus Rush that we saw again first time last season as well. I don't know if you caught any of that at all.
No, I can't wait to see it though.
It should be cool. I hope he does the Nidus Rush. That'd be neat. First probe is going to die here. Reaper's now popping out, so Antibot. Oh, Madbot has chosen. What is chosen? 4-gate proxy build order.
You gotta love how how much sportsmanship there is in Madbot, just willingly saying what he's about to do.
By the way,
I'm not choosing, by the way, but if I were, I'm gonna do 4-gate zealot.
So now I guess the proxy just means proxied pylon, maybe a gateway there to speed up the warpins or something, because we've got 3 of the gates in the main. Or no, all 4 gates are in the main, right? Yeah, I believe all 4 gates are in the main here. But could work out well, especially against this kind of early base out of Antibot here. It's a little bit of an early expansion.
Yeah, Mad AI, his 4-gate build's pretty strong.
If done correctly, a lot of 4-gate builds can be strong.
I mean, for sure.
It's been around this long for a reason. No, we really don't see too much 4-gate in especially human play these days. It just doesn't quite have the oomph that it used to back in Wings of Liberty.
I mean, it's still pretty strong.
It's still pretty strong.
You get caught off guard? Oh boy. There's more units than you ever thought possible.
For sure. We'll see here. Reaper actually chipping away at this pylon is going to get a little bit of the hull damage done. But now that the Stalker's here, wow, that is a brave Reaper. Dang, did turn around and get out of there too, but he did not blink at all. Just went straight for the Stalker.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
He has the guts of titanium. He's like
that would
willing to go back through a slow zone while the Stalker is chasing him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because that could give the stalker a chance to pop it there. I really like the slow zones. I know a lot of people like to rag on them and stuff, but I think it's added a really interesting dynamic, especially the way they're used on this map. I think they're really using them correctly, where it covers part of an area, not like a whole ramp or somewhere that you have to be. It covers part of this big open area that you can even open up more by killing the rocks. So it adds a really cool dynamic, and it's really fun, I think, to see the bots also interact with stuff like that. So hopefully we get more cool innovations like that in future maps. But here we go. That is a lot of units. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. We've already got 7 stalkers, like 6 zealots, 5 or 6 zealots, a couple sentries for the force fields. Bunker has no repair. There are widow mines out, and they're going to be able to chip through a lot of these zealots here. But even when the zealots die, what's left for Terran? Nothing.
Hey,
Another Marauder.
Bunker's a huge blunder.
Oh yeah,
that's so bad.
Yeah, that was pretty big. Had he pulled maybe a handful of SCVs to repair it, could have held, but even then, I don't know, because this is a lot of power coming out. He just didn't have enough DPS in that bunker anyway, and one Marauder behind that. Yeah, this should be it. Nice quick game 1 in Group 2 here.
Yeah, for sure.
Madbot kicking ass. There's the Guardian Shield, nullifying the Marines' attacks. Not nullifying, but pretty much at this point.
It's so little damage you can see with Guardian Shield. It's so annoying.
And there we go. A little bit of a speed up here. So, yeah, Madbot is going to be able to push in. Whew, Protoss looking strong as ever. That's what I like to see.
I take it you love playing Protoss?
For life. Always been a Protoss. Always will be.
Gotcha.
I do have Protoss. It's the best. It's the shields. Honestly, it's just the shields. That is my favorite aspect of Protoss.
Really?
Is the shields, yeah. I love that the units have little bits of shields, and you can take some damage and then retreat, and take some damage and then retreat.
Does it annoy you when your units get damaged and you have no way to repair them?
Not so much. No, that's what you got shields for.
That's true.
EMPs, that's what pisses me off.
Yeah, no. I mean, well, I was about to say, yeah, it's annoying, but as a Terran player, I can't quite say that it is.
There we go. Madbot taking the win. Excuse me. Well done. All right, quick game number 1 there. Looking strong. Where are they at on the ladder, by the way? Madbot currently on 10th. And where's the other one here? Annie, where are you? I don't see Annie. Oh, there it is, 14th. Okay, so actually pretty close to each other on the ladder there. Both in Python. I think we can assume most of the bots are done in Python tonight. All right, what do we got coming up next? We've got game number 6. This is the one I think we've been waiting for. Last season's champion coming up. Micro Machine going into the pit here against additional Pylons. This is going to be a hell of a match because, again, we were talking about additional Pylons a little bit earlier. Very strong bot as well. Definitely has a lot of good moves here. Micro Machine looking to take another win here and maybe move on to the finals. We'll see how well he does. We'll get a nice little sample coming up in this game. Now, I don't know too much about the changes that have been made. I did watch a cool little segment in our Discord with the authors of Micro Machine, where they kind of talked about their bot and just some of the problems and challenges they face and that kind of thing. So it should be interesting to see if anything new has been added to Micro Machine. I don't know how familiar you are with its play, but it focuses very heavily on the Banshees, on units that can harass, hit and run kind of strategy. Oh, I think you're muted.
Am I?
Yeah, no, now
I was just thinking really loudly. Micro Machine has like 4 very distinct phases, I'd say. Like it has Reapers, into Cyclones, into Banshees, and then if they manage to survive that long, into Battle Cruisers. And each of those units are very good at harassment and picking things off. Like even Battle Cruisers, like late game, Yamato, run away, teleport. Yamato, run away, and you just keep extracting value. Like he calls it Micro Machine, but he's a macro king, Like he'll. No, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so it looks like production's ready. We're going to be diving on to Ephemeron for our next match here, a little TVP. Just kind of to continue what you were saying, Micro Machine does really well, but actually I'm reading some notes here. So it can struggle to micro things like medevacs and tanks. which can make it a little bit harder to deal with things like mass stalker strategies that tier and three-way lover are wanting to use sometimes. So I don't know. We'll see how well it can do against additional pylons. Maybe additional pylons will go for a big stalker strategy or something as well, but only time will tell. Here we are.
Bottom right, got additional pylons. Never fails to build pylons though. Like it's kind of a fun name. But
you require it.
Very good at building pylons.
Ooh, I like this. In the top left, but now also in the bottom right, it is our red Terran player with the cheeky proxy strategies. Give it up for Micro Machine, last season's reigning champion.
Very strong bot. He's been very strong for a very long time too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely been on top of the food chain there for a while. Would not be surprised to see it do well here. But again, additional pylons has some tricks up its sleeves sometimes. We'll see if it's able to identify this proxy and maybe bunker down, maybe just do a nice little one base build. I think would be really good against what Micro Machine's doing right now. But we could also see that early expand. We've seen a little bit of that today where the bots are quite eager to get that second base up and running. And there it is.
Yeah, that's quite early expansion. Makes me a little worried for him. Like playing aggressive, like being greedy with your economics is not the way you want to play against Micro Machine. Micro Machine loves being aggressive and in your face, and if you're greedy and even just a little too much, it will punish you very hard.
Yeah, I think we're about to see that. First Reaper is on the way. Yeah, Micro Machine just excels in hit and runs here, so it's going to be able to micro on multiple fronts. So it'll hit the natural, it'll hit the main at the same time, and it's really going to do its best to pull additional pylons apart here. So we'll see. It's really up to additional pylons now to hold it. You know, how can he possibly hold it? No units out so far. First Reaper is now out. Cybercore's only halfway done, so Stalkers aren't going to be out for a little bit of time here. Probe's doing an okay job trying to keep this Reaper away from the mineral line, but just not enough. Needs to pull a few more probes, I think.
Yeah, I like how he's just pulling one probe at a time. Just buying time, letting himself mine enough money to, build a Stalker, build a Zealot.
It is buying a little bit of time.
For sure, but like if you pull everything, you're never going to catch it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
One of the most common and frequent mistakes I see bots make is defending too hard against early aggression. And what I mean by that is like, one of the things my bot likes to do is just pull 3 workers and harass with 3 workers, because it's enough to trigger the enemy to be like, oh my goodness, I'm under attack, and they'll pull all the workers, And then I just have 3 workers for all of their lost mining time, so.
I love this. It doesn't work as well as it used to, like in Wings of Liberty, but the proxy Marauder with concussive shell, these concussive shells are going to shred through this Stalker, and it finishes just as their first hits land. And that Stalker is going down very quickly here. This is awesome to see. A nice change of pace here out of Micro Machine. Going for a little bit of a different strategy here. I like it.
We don't see this one as frequently out of Micro Machine.
Not so often.
It's in his kit, and it's pretty strong. Like, I have to say, it's one of my favorite build orders to open with against Protoss.
It can do so. Like you said, if it catches you off guard, there's just nothing you can do.
Yeah, even a little bit, because of the concussive shells, like, if your Stalker's slightly out of position, oh boy.
Yeah, I think this might just be it. A Zealot pops out to just the worst possible scenario. 5 Marauders with concussive shell all surrounding him.
Yeah, no, it's not looking too good. All he needs to do to truly seal the deal is take out that one pylon, and there's nothing he can do.
I've got a meme request for somebody in the chat to make. 5 Marauders behind a couch with a Zealot on the couch. We won't go much more into it than that. But yeah, that Zealot just getting absolutely annihilated. There's just no hope whatsoever here for additional pylons to come back from this. Nice build here. Hits very early, very strong. That Reaper slows down the production, slows down the income, so you can't really get a whole lot out as Protoss against it. And what do you even get against this to hold? You got to go like really early robo or sentries or something.
For sure. As a guy who does this a lot,
you came back, Megan.
You got to scout it. You got to cancel your expansion, and you got to control the high ground vision with shield batteries and buy time until you get an immortal.
Oh yeah.
Got to get the soccer. Got to get like 5 shield batteries. Got to get an immortal. If you don't get those,
You're just
You'll
dead.
lose. Even if you get them, you can still sometimes lose. It's pretty hard to hold.
Or Void Ray. I've seen a Void Ray hold that once or
Void
twice.
Rays happens, yeah. Void Rays are really good. For some reason, I don't see them as frequently as the Immortal, but Void Rays are definitely just as good.
Well, they're good for surprise attacks, and if you're able to get them out early enough, you had to defend maybe something like that. But once your opponent knows you have Voids, I feel like there's just a lot of ways to counter Void Rays.
For sure, yeah, no, they're definitely weak to, like Vikings and...
Anything that shoots air, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. Marines, yeah.
Spore Crawlers, Queens, Hydras. All right, taking a look at our bracket here again. We've got two more matches for you tonight, so we're getting close to finished here. It's been an exciting night so far. A little bit longer games, some quick games as well, some nice one-base builds, but also a lot of heavy macro style. So we're getting just a little bit of everything here tonight. Nothing too crazy though so far. No really out of the ordinary strategies. We might get one coming up here with a Nidus Worm potentially, but now some pretty standard play so far. All right, so we've got our next match coming up. Another ZVZ, another mirror matchup. We've got Cinderblock versus Paul. Again, this is Paul's second season, and I believe Cinderblock's been around for a few seasons. Where are they at? Cinderblock, a little bit down towards the bottom there, 32nd on the AI ladder, and then Paul up at number 19. So I think Paul probably the favored bot in this scenario, but we'll have to wait and see. Anything can happen with bots. It's half the fun of it.
For sure. And
there's no such thing as a better bot. Well, I mean, there is, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I do. Like, you could a bot can have a 90% win rate and still lose to the bot with a 10% win rate if that one strategy.
We've seen it before.
Yeah, it can happen. Like, if it knows the strategies, elite strats, then for sure, you can just kill it every time. So
indeed. All right, well, whenever production's ready, let's take it away. Moving on to World of Sleepers here. So we're getting a nice little look at a lot of maps tonight too, so we can kind of see how these bots interact with the different maps. The different high ground locations, things like that, the slow zones, all sorts of fun stuff. All right, we've got in the top right our red Zerg. Give it up for Cinderblock. I'm sorry, the Cinderblock. The one and only.
We gotta call it the Cinderblock every time we refer to it now. Down in the bottom left, we got our blue Zerg, Paul. What a name.
Yeah. Good old Paul. Paul, if I recall correctly, does a lot of, we saw it earlier in our Zerg game, just a lot of mass Zergling, if I'm recalling correctly, but I might be thinking of a different bot.
Please tell me he gets Zergling speed, though. That's all I need in life. His build order is slightly different from what we saw earlier today. He's getting hatched first, rather than just one base Zergling nonstop. Which, I mean, can be effective, but you're able to build more Zerglings off two bases, so we're going to see lots more Zerglings, hopefully.
So apparently, I'm reading a little bit about Paul here. Paul does anything other than its game plan and walls is its, I think, best. I can't read the whole little thing for some reason on our bot info. It blocks it out, and I can't click it to expand what the question is.
Does something any other than its game plan?
Yeah, pretty much. But it can build the Nidus, and it can sometimes even send units through it. Big weaknesses are walls, proxies, overlords dying, attacking, defending, chatting. So quite a list of weaknesses there for our Paul bot. And then no info on Cinderblock, unfortunately. So don't forget, bot makers, if you have info on your bots, please send it to Drek at ESChamp there, and he will get all that info for us so we can learn more about your bot and get we've got cool little things that pop up on the stream. Hopefully you guys have noticed that, just little snippets about said bots, a little bit about their coding or their maker, something like that. So yeah, definitely get all that info you can to us, because the more we know, the better. Paul does the extractor trick. Okay.
Extractor trick's so fun. It blew my mind when I first heard about it. For those who don't know, right when you get to supply cap, as Zerg, you could build an extractor and you lose one supply because you don't have a drone anymore. You can keep building things. Then you cancel the extractor and ta-da, you're at 27 out of 26. It's a fun little trick.
So now that actually brings me back to remember the gas problem that we saw earlier, and we were talking about that. So how is it such a big issue if even if the drone disappears, it still counts as supply though, right? So it's still in the game. So
not when it's an
a matter of
extractor.
referencing. Well, when it goes into the extractor, you don't lose a worker supply every time.
Oh, for sure. I'm talking about morphing into an extractor.
Oh yeah, morphing it does, and that's what I can see that affecting the supply. But since it just made me think of if the drone goes into the extractor, you don't lose the supply. Is it just a matter? Is it like a referencing issue or something that kind of created that issue earlier? Or
the issue, like, you can do is query. Oh yeah, no, this is this is brutal.
What are you doing? He's gonna murk him.
That queen, that caught him completely off guard. As a human player, one thing you could do is surround your queen with drones and like just try and body block to keep your queen alive. He didn't even have a chance. Completely blindsided him.
Oh man, these roaches popping out almost on time. They're gonna pop out. A few actually, if they can stay on the ramp, maybe they can hold here, but they are gonna move down and actually get surrounded. So Paul hitting at just the exact right moment with all of these speedlings. What a strong build here. And it looks, I think, like Paul's going to be able to finish the deal here. Not enough income for Cinderblock to continue making enough. He just stopped. Cinderblock's just given up on life. All right, sorry. What were you saying there before?
For sure. I mean, there's lots of different possible causes for the bug. It just depends on how you keep track of what workers you want to have assigned at your extractor. Mm-hmm. One thing you can do is just go through all your units every frame and see, okay, what units do I have? Mm-hmm. And if your worker's inside the extractor, that doesn't come up, like, because the unit's like basically not on the map anymore. Like,
gotcha. So it can't find it, even though it still counts as supply. Exactly. But you can't just reference the supply because that's just supply.
Yeah, you can't click on the unit anymore, so
it doesn't reference a specific unit. Okay.
As far as your code is concerned, it doesn't exist because you can't click on it, you can't do anything with it. So. You can renumber it though. Like if you make your code remember that it exists, then you can account for it.
Okay. Well, yeah, and obviously, there's ways to get around it because not all the bots have that issue. But well done, Paul, with a phenomenal speedling attack. There is just able to decimate Cinderblock, and just the perfect timing. Had those roaches been able to pop out, had they been on the ramp, had anything been a little different, maybe those roaches could have held. But as it is, what a strong, quick attacking build there, and did well. Did well for Paul. Definitely a big improvement from, I think, what we saw last season. We saw Paul struggling a little bit against, again, he was saying, walls and things like that. But I guess against Zerg, you don't really have as much of an issue with that. So
yeah, walls are very uncommon, especially at the minute mark where his timing attack hit. Like, walls are very uncommon in ZBZ.
Indeed. All right, checking out our bracket one last time. Thank you to everybody who has joined. We just broke the 100 viewer mark on day one here of season 1 in the year 2020 on ESChamp. So awesome stuff here. We do have one more match coming up. If you missed any of the matches before this, you can check out the VOD or the YouTube when it gets put on there, and you can catch up on all these games. If you want access to the VODs, early access to the VODs, you do have to become a Twitch subscriber. Button's right up there. You can do so. Help support ESChamp. You can also type in !join to become a Crown Club member. That is probably the best way to help support. We're really pushing that this year, trying to get as many people as we can to join that because we have an awesome new forum where you can stay up to date with what's going on and participate in conversations and all sorts of cool stuff. Type in !community to get that forum. So yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Hopefully you've had fun. We are going to be doing this for the next few weeks here. I believe we have 8 weeks, something like that, 8 weeks-ish of open round robin, 7 weeks of round robin games, and then from there we'll be deciding who our top 8 bots are. How well they perform will depend. We'll define that, and then we'll have our live finals, which we'll be announcing in the weeks to come. So definitely stay tuned for that and join all our Discord and everything to get all the info. But all right, I think we're ready. Are you ready for our last game, Doc?
Yeah,
are you ready for a PVZ to finish things off here?
Yeah, no, I look forward to it.
Excellent. Yeah, thanks again for joining us tonight. It's really nice to have your insight. Again, for anybody who doesn't know, the doctor here does know a lot about bots, even makes his own, his nice little Beyond Junior there. Hopefully we'll see that eventually in the ProBots scene. Would be cool.
I'll make the comeback eventually. He competed once upon a time.
All right, well, we're here on World of Sleepers yet again for our final match of the night. Down here on the bottom left, definitely one of, I think, a crowd favorite here is our blue Zerg player, Kagamina.
Such a good bot. Like, both these bots, huge veterans to the AI scene.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, both crowd favorites, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, they're, like, honestly, this match could go either way. Kagamina is generally, I would consider to be the slightly more defensive bot. Three-way lover. It's kind of more all-around solid. I think he has a couple different ways of playing, and it seems like every year or every few months, like, his strategies just change. So it's hard to keep up. But his, like, he's not because of the frequency that he changes strategies, it's hard to, like, identify any, like, solid weak points,
yeah.
Split.
I forget this guy, top right.
Well, we could.
My brain just stopped. I don't think we did, but maybe we did. Here we are again, three-way lover, our red Protoss. If we did do it twice, so be it. He's a good bot. And I do have a correction. I did say it's Kagamina is how it's pronounced. I knew I was saying it wrong, but I did it anyway. Kagamina. There we go. Sorry about that.
I feel like it's a Japanese word of some sort. That
yeah, it's a character in some anime show.
Probably means strong StarCraft AI bot.
Japanese. If not, they're gonna have to change the dictionary to make it mean that. First drone here. Drone is doing a little bit of scanning now. Kagamina is, from what I know, one of the learning bots, so it can adapt on the fly based on what it scouts, essentially. So I believe it's a Sarsa, or no, that's Sarsabot I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's Sarsabot. Kagamina does, I mean, you could call it learning. It's very reactive based on what it sees. So it's not like it will remember what it learns and be like, I remember you, three-way lover. You are the guy who always proxy nexuses me. I know how to respond to that. But, like, if it sees, oh, this arbitrary bot is doing proxy nexus, I know how to respond to proxy nexus, you know? So it's kind of reactive in that sense.
Yeah. Okay. Now, yeah, both these bots taking a look just at the AI ladder, kind of where they're positioned. Kagamina is number 8 on the ladder. Three-way lover, just a couple places above that at number 6. So very evenly matched, at least as far as the ladder goes, as far as win percentage. So yeah, this should be interesting to see here. I'm kind of favoring our Zerg player a little bit in this one. You know, three-way lover, very, very strong. But I'm feeling, I don't know, something's telling me Zerg is going to have a good time on World of Sleepers here for some reason.
I think the match is going to be close, but I can't ever tell if I'm just favoriting Kagamina. I met the bot author at BlizzCon, so just having that little face-to-face connection kind of...
In case anybody didn't know, the Observer does not wall. Okay, he does move the Zealots into place.
Okay, I was worried there for a second.
I was too. Yeah, look at it. They're just like, okay, back to the robo facility. Observer's got the wall. It's fine. He'll let us know if anything's coming.
Yeah, putting an Observer right there is not a tight wall. Like, I have to agree with you there.
Interesting. All right, so yeah, Void's coming out. Here we go. We got those Voids we were talking about. It's like three-way lover heard us and answered the call.
I mean, Void's a strong move.
Yeah. No, especially against a very ground-based army. It looks like just still Lings at this point. No real transition. I don't think we have any other tech. No Roach Warren or anything, right?
I have not seen any.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Kagamina has not expanded yet. Generally, you see Zergs expand around the 3-minute mark if this is standard ladder play. If you don't expand, cancel your Nexus, your expansion, and start building, like, photon cannons because you're getting all in.
Ooh, here we go. A lot of Lings coming up, but again, with a nice little wall here, this many Zealots can hold a lot of Zerglings, and they're going to be able to move into position there. And yeah, Kagamina just decided, nope, still don't want to attack. Just being very tentative about it. He's going to build more spines. No spores, though. So again, this Void, relatively uncontested. It's got, what, a queen that it has to deal with?
Yeah.
I think is it.
Kagamina is very reactive, and so far, let's think about what it's seen. It's seen a bunch of zealots and stalkers. Hasn't seen a starport. I don't think it saw the void either.
Now it does.
Probably even saw the observer like cloaked there. So he never realized to build spores. He saw no nexus on the low ground, so he's like, "Oh snap! I'm getting all in. I better build a bunch of spine crawlers, and it's gonna help hold the ground for us." But
actually, yeah, this is gonna hold the ground really well. And here we go, Zerglings crashing through here. They're going to be able to surround a lot of the Zealots. So yeah, the ground forces will get cleaned up easily. But again, that Void Ray is just going to camp there and start killing things. So as long as Three-Way Lover can somehow survive the Ling Flood here, I'm starting to favor his position a little bit.
For sure.
That is a lot of Lings, though.
Let's see if Kagamina knows to counterattack in this situation. It's like as strong of a bot as Kagamina is, and it looks like he will. It's one of the hardest things to know is to know when to get in a base trade. Because if you do it wrong, you lose all your buildings and you lose the game. So
second Void now out. Those Voids are just trouble, I'm telling you. They're going to be Kagamina's downfall in the end. Unless it is just a straight-up base race. If the Zerglings can kill all the buildings first, that would be amazing.
Yeah, is that an Oracle or a Void Ray we have on the way in the...
Oh, yeah, just another Void Ray.
Okay. Oracles in general slightly stronger against Lings.
But against this many, would one Oracle even really do too much?
I mean, it would be better than no Oracles.
Yeah, that's true. Valid point. Man, this will be insane if Kagamine can just straight up win by killing all of the buildings with mass Zergling Flood.
For sure, because in this situation,
oh my
there's
god,
no way that Three-Way Lover will not clean up the army eventually. Air units will kill the ground forces, but in StarCraft 2, it doesn't matter the units. The buildings, if he kills every building, the game will end and he will be the winner. Will he be able to do it in time?
Oh yeah, he's got it. That's just incredible. And, we've seen, I remember when this finally became the meta, Protoss went early air, just get +1 and make a bunch of Lings and kill them. Their Phoenix or Voids can't kill you fast enough. And we just saw that in action here. Man, good job. I knew it. I just knew Zerg was going to win. I could feel it.
You were so right.
I was right. Good stuff. Well, that does it for our games tonight, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on ESChamp. Of course, joining me was the Doctor. Thank you so much for being here. Where can people find you at? Are you active in the StarCraft scene? Not really doing much?
You can find me at the SC2AI .com.net on the Discord associated there.
Awesome.
I'm more than willing to help out any bot authors who want to join the community and submit a bot to ESChamp. So
very cool. No, keep it on the bracket. I was just going to talk about it. But yeah, we got a bracket here to take a look at all our bots. Speaking of bot authors here, thank you to everybody who did submit a bot. Again, we've got 16 amazing bots going at it this season. It is a round robin style. So we're going to have a lot more games to come in the next 6 weeks before our finals are announced. And yeah, next week we're going to mix it up. All the bots are going to be playing somebody new, and should be a lot of fun. So is your favorite still Jensybot? Still thinking Jensy's your favorite here?
I love the Cyclone strats. And the strong defense that he pulls off is just so impressive to me as a bot author. Like, defense so much harder than offense in bot world, and it does it amazingly well. Everything he does feels correct as a ladder player too. As a guy who plays Terran on the ladder, he puts his tanks in just the right places, attacks at just the right time, kind of has that slow crawl out, and it feels very human to me too. I love the bot.
All right.
I don't know if he's the favorite to win, but he's my favorite to watch. So.
Very cool. Well, hey, if that's what you're here for, is here just to watch the fun games. That's awesome too. You don't have to have a favorite. We won't make you choose.
Sure. I don't know if I asked you. Do you have a favorite?
No, I like them all. I like all our bots equally. What a cop out. No, I do really like. I think Three-Way Lover's got some really cool plays, as well as. Oh, my brain just stopped. Tier does a lot of really fun stuff. Tier will even sometimes Tier will do a custom build order just for me. He's done some custom. I've been like, oh, I want to see this in a game, and next match of his, I got to see that because he programmed it in for me. So
Nice.
Cool stuff. Yeah, a little bit of a soft spot there for him. But
I'm glad you picked a favorite, you know,
Yeah.
because for there I was feeling like a dick picking it like my favorite child, you know, like
It's
man,
everyone
I love
has
you,
one
bot, more than all these others, and you're like, oh, I just love all the bots equally. I'm like, oh no.
If your parents tell you they love you equally, they're lying. Just know that right now. Never,
Well,
it's
they
never
did,
the
and
truth.
said, I guess they love me the least then.
Hopefully that's not the case, but no. All our bots are awesome. So again, shout out to all our submitters who did make a bot for the season. Again, if you want to make a bot, there's a lot of resources available to you. There's a cool little segment called Bits of Code that you can find through ESChamp. Great way to start if you want to get into the scene here. But yeah, that's going to do it here on ESChamp for day 1 of season 1 of 2020 ProBots. Ooh, that's quite the mouthful. I need to find a better way to say that. But thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you again, Doc, for being here. If you want to support future ProBots events, type in !join in the chat. You can also type in !community to check out our new forum. And of course, there's always the subscribe button right up top there. You can get early access to VODs and that kind of thing. So check all of that out. And with that, we're going to be wrapping things up, and hopefully we'll see you all next week. Stick around for the host as well. We are going to be throwing you to a little bit more StarCraft II action. So stick around, say hi from ESChamp wherever we do send you. And we'll see you all next week. Say bye, Doc.